What's going on, guys? Greek Freak here, and in this video we are going to be talking about the news of Kevin Durant. And of course, if you watched that last NBA Finals game of Game 5, you definitely saw Kevin Durant going down with another injury, and this one going to be a torn Achilles. Now, we don't know the severity of the Achilles yet from the MRI, but as far as what we can expect, this could take up to the middle of the next season, of course a little bit beyond that, to the entire season, including playoffs, depending on what team he ends up with. Now, another thing I'm of course going to be talking about is what is going to be the impact of this. Now, of course, whenever we think about this, we know Kevin Durant was the biggest free agent on the block, and it was very, very heavily reported that the Knicks were the front option here. And I think personally, from this injury that's going to be happening, as far as from the atmosphere of the free agency, I think Kevin Durant's best option, honestly, would be to stay with Golden State, considering all the time that he will be missing and the inconfirmance as far as the guarantees that he can get another major superstar to go play with him off of this injury. Now, as far as offers from teams, I'm 100% sure every team will still offer the max as far as that goes. But whenever we do consider this, I think Golden State has the best chance here as far as to be able to keep him. I think that this changes the way that we see that, due to the fact that, of course, we know what their team does look like right now, but it doesn't change their team as far as flexibility in the Golden State or the Warriors. Whenever we look at how much money that they do have, since he is considered been there for 3 consecutive years, it's considered the fact that adding him does not subtract away from offering other people money, so they can still get Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and confirm up their big team. But they also would have to go, the only difference would have to be the fact that they would go into the luxury tax for being repeat offenders as far as that. But in a situation like this, I think the fact that they'd be willing to do this, we saw, if you have not seen the video, I definitely would check it out if I were you, which would be that the president, Bob Myers, basically taking the blame for this. So if this is a consideration that he really does feel this way, I don't think the fact that this changes their opinion on keeping Kevin Durant by any means. So in a situation like this, that is the main thing that I want to talk about as far as the free agency. Now, of course, the major concern as far as Kevin Durant himself. Of course, we know, of course, the big injury last year was DeMarcus Cousins. And I know lots of people are probably going to get confused maybe with his performance in this particular series to the injury, but that's definitely was not the case. He was capable of coming back, almost looking very solid as far as with the limited touches that he was going to be getting and everything else. He was playing very well. But I mentioned in a video before that I didn't think the fact that the Achilles injury was going to affect him like other players, because we had never seen an Achilles injury in a player of his size who plays the way that he does using the three-point ball. Kevin Durant is completely different to me. Kevin Durant requires that athleticism, the vertical and lateral movement, which will really affect his ability to play the style of which he plays, especially at least in the first year he returns. So the reason why I do pick the Golden State Warriors is it's an opportunity for him to recover from this injury and to be able to come back, have an opportunity for championships or playoffs whenever it comes to the situation that it is. It's not a throwing into a team chemistry type of issue. It's to keep him around. And that's why I really think the fact that the Golden State Warriors is probably the best option for Kevin Durant in a situation like this. I think the fact that this is just horrible as far as the fact that this had to happen on the last game as far as the season for him. This is how he had to go out. But this bad news as far as for Kevin Durant is just something that we do, of course, have to realize when you get injured, trying to play through those injuries and things such as that. as we all know, are just very, very risky things, especially in that situation where we thought initially on the first game that whenever he hurt his calf, that we thought that that was going to be an Achilles injury to the way he reacted. And to see the fact that on his next game in return that it actually does happen is very, very depressing as far as for that situation. I want to hope that Kevin Durant gets the quickest recovery as far as to himself. And guys, I would like to know what you guys' thoughts are on this, as far as what do you think the fact Kevin Durant should do, and do you think the fact that he'll be able to come back from an injury like this, how bad do you think this would affect him? But guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you guys leave a like and subscribe to be part of the Greek Army today. And as always, this is Sparta.